podcast in the land. From the Hill podcast with Wayne Cartwright, Damian Green, Tanaris Goodis, David Thomas, Jennifer Murray, and Corey Williams. Sit back, relax, and let ease.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another spectacular edition. These are my guys with you. Everybody, I hope you all had a really good time this weekend. I know that we're kind of in a transition point of sports, and I know when the Super Bowl ended, we had that bad All-Star game of basketball, and right now, you know what I'm saying, Dave, we just trying to find some good stuff to watch.
Yeah, man. Time to jump on Netflix.
Yeah, you know what, man? Hey, you want to know something about Netflix, man? Everybody been talking about that movie Mea Culpa, man. I actually watched that junk on Sunday, and
reviews been kind of like 50-50. So what's your
I
take on
haven't
it?
seen it yet, so don't ruin it for me.
Okay. Well, with respect to
Avatar,
those,
The Last Airbender, that's what I watched.
with respect to those who have not seen it, Jay, I'll just let you go ahead and watch it. The reviews are mixed. We'll just leave it at what Dave said. I've also been watching. My wife got me into Love Is Blind, man. I've been watching. Love Is Blind, and just sitting up there just laughing at that stuff, man. It's easy to laugh at it when you got one of these on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's easy to do that.
Definitely.
But
I don't
man,
watch those shows, but I have as I scroll through TikTok. Y'all know I'm a TikTok scroller. As I scroll through TikTok, I do come across clips of those shows, and people are like, I guess, really tuned into those shows. They be having like so many views and so many comments, and a lot of people are really invested into those shows. And I get it, the whole reality TV thing, the whole drama thing. You kind of feel like you know these characters if you watch them a lot. So it's been pretty interesting just to see people talk about those shows.
hey man, and it's real crazy, man. Like they be having all these YouTubers that like to recap, man, and making these people extra more famous. Like, man, did you see the foolishness that this dude did? Where they find these people? You know what I'm saying? But man,
that's how I go.
But you know what, man? March Madness will be coming up here soon. It's kind of funny. There's 2 weeks until Selection Sunday. So one of the SWAC schools will hear their names called.
Yeah,
whatever that means, but
yeah, they will, and what they're talking about, expanding the field.
Yeah, I mean,
what do you feel about that?
Man, I know we're in the era where we got to make more money. You got more sponsors and all this different stuff. I mean, if it's going to expand the field, I can't really see it benefiting one bid leagues like the SWAC, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the only dilemma I see with the SWAC, the only benefit, the regular season champ will definitely go, because sometimes, in the SWAC championship, the regular season champ don't always win. So I think that'll be a benefit where the games do matter by letting that regular season champ go. I think that's the benefit from a conference like the SWAC.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, man, it's money. We got gambling going on now. There's a lot of extra hands in the pot. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what I would prefer is if they're going to expand the tournament, I'd like to see it have a lot more like of the play-in value, where they're playing not necessarily in Dayton like they do now with their first four, but like have like a pool where they're playing some on-campus games. And instead of always going to, let's say, that next to last team that didn't get in from a Power 5 conference, I'd like to see it kind of trigger its way down to maybe maybe one of these one bid leagues and maybe give them a little bit more of a chance, because the big boys, Can't always have all the fun.
Hey, that'll be awesome, man. They need to have one of us on that committee.
Well, you actually do see that model on the women's side. The women hold their games at home for the higher seeds, so hopefully that can transfer over to the men's side.
Hey, women's basketball, man. Hey, they up there right with the men. Hey, right up there the men. Hey, South Carolina, Tennessee teams. Hey, selling out. Hey, women's basketball. I'm telling you, hey, it's doing great.
Yeah, it is. And the Final Four is going to be in my hometown in Cleveland. So my cousin, he runs facility operations at Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse. So he's already excited about that. And you speak of Caitlin Clark, man, the Big Ten tournament for the women, first time ever, is already fully sold out.
Wow, man.
Yep.
Hey, women's basketball is an all-time high, and it's great basketball, man. Hey, I love watching it, and so they're playing some great hoops, and hey, it's up there.
Yeah, man.
And I can say this too for the fans: don't just get to the game halftime of the women's game. Get in and get their tip off. It's definitely great women's basketball now played on the at the Iowa, but it's great women's basketball being played right here in this place.
Sure is.
Right.
Yeah, so especially now it's crunch time. Don't trickle in at halftime. Go get there and tip off.
That's right.
Watch the whole full game.
Yes.
That's right. What Jay the Great said. So those of you that are just tuning in, we'd like to thank y'all for joining us tonight. As always, make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also follow us on all of our social media handles at X, Facebook, Instagram. Also subscribe to Spotify and also our Apple Podcasts. So those that are watching this live, make sure you hit that like button early and often. And even those that watch this on replay, you can also hit that like button. And you can share this stuff. Okay, across the bottom of the screen, you will see the upcoming Bulldog sports schedules. We got a lot going on. So let's get quickly into our housekeeping because we got some guests tonight. All right, so yeah, I had to go ahead and just throw this one up here. Everybody, you know what it is. It's that time for Retool Your School. It's in full effect. Make sure you get in there. Make sure we stay ahead of the Albany State Rams. Don't let them get the money because you know that money has been with us and it's got to stay with us.
Yeah.
All right.
I like it.
Let's run it back.
This has got to stay with us.
As of right now, we are in the lead. We currently have 58,091 votes. Albany State has 57,438 votes. And it's still too close. Bulldogs do what we do. Now, this is what we do.
Like I said, man, we might have to use that as an additional slogan. That money has been with us and it needs to stay with us.
So to everybody that's watching, hopefully y'all are watching on your TV or your computer and you're voting, or you watch on your phone and you're voting on your laptop. So watch and vote.
Hey,
yes.
I want everybody to drop how many votes they did today in the comment section.
Hey,
Let
and then
us
like
know
what
how many
Megan
votes you dropped
said, it's
today.
time for stairs, trains, and bicycles.
And then it's like they'll put a bicycle and then they'll put a motorcycle right next. I'm like, I'm confused now, y'all. They both got two wheels.
That's right, man. So yeah, we running it back, y'all, for Retool Your School. All right. This Friday night, which is shaping up to be a very big weekend at the event center, we got special guest Najee, who is the headliner for the Bulldog Fest. All right. Doors open at 6:30. The show starts at 7. All right. Now, whether the show actually starts at 7 or not, because all of us have been to a lot of concerts, make sure you're there in the house anyway. And, you know, we need to support and get things kicked off for what is a big weekend ahead at that event center. All right. More on that in a minute. All right. Now, let's get into our SWAC standings. Okay. Now, unfortunately, our men went to the state of Florida, and the state of Florida was not kind to them this weekend. They dropped 2 games, but fortunately, they got a nice bit of help. Alabama State also dropped both games in Florida, and Prairie View as you might see, Valley has a 1 in the win column. Valley pulled off a stunner last night by upsetting Prairie View at home. And 25 of their most loyal fans decided to rush the court. Good for y'all, Valley. 1 win.
I'm surprised they ain't that Jim up.
Instead of going 0-31, you're going to go 1-30. But guess what? You got 1. And you even made it on Sports Center. All right. Now, as you can see, we're on the outside looking in right now. But our next game, this Saturday against Alabama State, more than likely, the winner of this game is going to claim the 8 seed and go on. The loser will probably go home. The reason being is because both us and State play the top 2 teams, Grambling and Southern, on the final weekend. We can't hold nothing to chance. We got 3 home games to get to the finish. If we win all 3, guaranteed we're getting in. If we win 2 or 3, pretty good chance we're getting in. If we only win 1 or 3, who knows? But we got to finish this week and this next 3 games very, very strong to make that last or even get up into that 7th spot to see our way into the SWAC tournament down there in Birmingham.
And hopefully our men can get that sour taste out of their mouth from losing a heartbreaker to BCU. That was one that I know had an effect in that Florida A&M game. It seems like we had the game well in hand, and just down the stretch, the last minute, just did some uncharacteristic things. And hope they get Coach get them involved and this State, and we just give it our all and come out with a victory and get that sour taste out of our mouth.
Yeah, so we did beat Pine Bluff twice, so that's a help for us. All right. Now if we can get this win against Alabama State, that'll be a season split, and most importantly, that'll put us ahead of them with 2 to play. So it's crucial, y'all. It's crucial, and it's gonna be sold out. Go ahead, Jen.
Let me be petty for a second. If we knock Alabama State out, that means both of their teams will not be in Birmingham.
That's right.
Like, what better way to enjoy the tournament than knock it out our largest rival?
Absolutely.
Yeah, we'll send them fishing early.
Yep, because as you can see here in the next slide, on the women's side, Alabama State is definitely eliminated.
At the bottom.
They are eliminated. They are mathematically everything eliminated. They can win their last 3 games and still would be out. But They're not going to win their last 3 games. I'm throwing so much shade right now. Let me stop.
The bottom.
Hey, and you know what? I want to give a shout out to our women's team who went to Florida and a clean sweep out of Florida.
Yeah.
And they handle business, and they trying to make a run. It looks like they'll probably end up at that number 5 seed unless they can beat Graham and Southern, or it's gonna be tight because of the tiebreakers and things. But hey, they did great in Florida.
Yeah, and they're on a 4-game winning streak, and as you can see, they have climbed above 500. So next game, just take care of business against Alabama State, because as I said, down the stretch is Grambling and Southern to finish it off. All right. Moving forward, Saturday night or Saturday evening or afternoon, so to speak, maroon and white is the pride. Maroon and white are the colors. Make sure you get in the house for both games. Now, if you're fortunate, you don't have a ticket yet, there aren't many left. So, if you're thinking about it and there's just only a handful left, you better buy it tonight, because chances are by tomorrow you won't have a place to sit.
I need to see a sea of maroon and white in that arena.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Don't wait to Saturday.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And
this is what we're shooting for, y'all.
Yeah.
The men and the women. You're gonna the SWAC tournament returns again to the Bartow Arena in the 13th through the 16th of March. We hope to see everybody there. All right. Now, shouting out to our women's bowling team real quick. They have the 3 seed for this upcoming women's bowling tournament. All right. So our women have won this league before. They actually have been in the national finals before as a program. Many people might remember that. So just shout out to our women's bowling team doing some big things. And then also recently announced SWAC Football Media Days going to return once again to Birmingham, and it's going to be held July the 16th. Jada Great is going to be in the house, ready to do her thing as usual. And, everybody's ready for football, but, we're going to talk a little bit about that coming up here tonight. So those are all of our housekeeping elements. And I wanted to make sure that everybody just make sure you hit that like button, share, and all those good things. And we're going to bring in our brother T. Gooden. Hello, T. Gooden. Welcome to you this evening.
Man, what's up with y'all, man? I was just sitting back here thinking that Moment for Life came out in 2010. And that beat 14 years later still go hard.
Still go hard.
Still go hard.
Still going hard, man. That's why I had to pull it out the archives.
Yeah, that's a good one right there.
Yeah, man. So, all right. So let's get into our show tonight, everybody. So our first guest tonight, he is the director of the Huntsville Sports Commission. All right. This gentleman is someone that we've been looking forward to speak to for quite a while. And then there are some in the audience that are looking forward to speak to him. Got some relative questions about all things athletics in the city of Huntsville. So let's bring him on, shall we? Ladies and gentlemen, let's say good evening to Mr. Mark Russell. Good evening, Mark. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are y'all?
Doing great.
Well,
Oh, good.
Before you get started, though, I got a question for you. At the Arkansas Pine Bluff game, took two victories, really cool. At the end of the women's game, what happened? They came to the game with 20 seconds. Got to clue me in.
We're still trying to figure that one out, man. We're just clueless as everybody else.
Okay. When y'all find out, let me know. Private or something. I'm interested.
Right.
All I know is it was not us.
It was not us.
Yeah, right.
Hey, things got hot and it went behind that black curtain.
Right.
Whatever happened behind that black curtain is anybody's guess, man.
Yeah.
Right.
Long bus ride home, though. I know that.
yes.
I know.
Mr. Russell, welcome. We're glad to have you.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here. I love all things A&M.
Awesome. Hey, tell us, Mr. Russell, about Huntsville Sports Commission and, and some of the things that, you're responsible for, and give us a breakdown and overview of that.
Sure. My name's Mark. Run the Huntsville Sports Commission with a team of others. We're basically in charge of sports tourism for the city of Huntsville. We try to bring in events to basically get people to spend the night in our hotels and eat in our restaurants. So there's a way to make money off this for a city, and all good cities are trying to attract tourists to their town. That's how we afford a lot of the quality of life events that we do by taxing tourists for it. So my job could be anywhere from hosting a youth soccer tournament to hosting a college championship to a pro event. It could be anything, and we can help in many different ways. So sometimes we provide money, sometimes we provide hotels, sometimes we actually run the whole gamut of the event. Sometimes we do very little. So I can't tell you every day it's something different. And I found out there's so many sporting events. We're a curling powerhouse in Huntsville. We have great hockey rink and things like that. And who would have thunk it, that we'd be curling. So we have lots of different sports, trying to work with A&M more to bring in more tourism to the campus. If you think about most college towns, certainly in the South, the universities drive sports tourism, and we need to help Alabama A&M, UAH, and Oakwood drive sports tourism, and Calhoun drive sports tourism here. Whatever we can do to get more people in the stands and more people around the area. There should be all kinds of hotels around A&M and restaurants from the type of events we can have there.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah. If you think about it, I used to travel the world for business, and I go places everybody knew where Tuscaloosa was. Right. In Moscow, Russian, they go Tuscaloosa. They knew nothing about it. They knew the University of Alabama football team.
Correct.
In London, Hard Rock Cafe, Roll Tides everywhere. Huntsville has so many great things going on, but because we're not on TV a lot, nobody knows about it. And sports is a great way to get on TV. And A&M should lead that. Like a couple years ago when Deion Sanders and Jackson State came to town, Ric Flair was doing the coin toss. That was one of the greatest events I'd ever been to. I've been to a lot of college events. I just thought it was so cool and so exciting and so happening. It needed to be shared with many more people than saw it.
Right.
Yeah. Yes. One outcome that we wanted, but it was definitely a well-attended and great game.
Yeah. I'm not talking about the game, but the coin toss, exciting and had a great buzz that I've ever seen.
Yes, most definitely.
I mean, it was an Iron Bowl buzz or kind of thing. It was happening out there. And when Ric Flair came out, and I was like, man, this needs to be seen. People need to know about it.
Awesome. Thank you for being on our show. I do have a question regarding Huntsville sports.
Sure.
So Huntsville is now the largest city in Alabama, but it's the only of the 4 main cities in Alabama that does not have a bowl game. So if you can say, or if you can answer, are there any plans to attract a bowl game to Huntsville?
I don't want to say a plan. We have talked to ESPN and some of the people about it. We have said we're hungry or ready, if one comes about. They haven't added bowl games lately. They've been actually taking them away. There was the Popeyes Bowl in Bermuda and things, and we just hadn't qualified. We talked about using Alabama A&M as the stadium, and what the bowl games look for, they're looking for suites. They're looking for a lot of different ways to increase the revenue of the game. And like Joe Davis is probably too small. Milton Frank doesn't have any of the locker rooms or anything that we need. So A&M would probably be the place we have to go. And so I would say if one falls in our lap, we probably could move fast and get it. But I don't want to say we're actively searching for one. We've told everybody we're interested in college football. We're interested in big-time events, and Huntsville's hungry.
Okay, thank you.
Now, if you know of a sponsor like Boeing or somebody wants to do the bowl game, that would make our life a lot easier too.
The Boeing Rocket City Bowl.
Yeah, that's what we were trying to think of a good one. Blue Origin Rocket City Bowl, something like that. It's not out of the question, but it's. I wouldn't say it's a big chance right now, just the way the bowl games are going. And we don't know what's going to happen with this college football playoffs and stuff too.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, like a lot of the bowl games have terrible attendance. Like we looked at a lot of the bowls that we could get, and the attendance, we could put them in Milton Frank, almost.
Right. You're absolutely right.
They're made for TV kind of programs, which is good, but it's just they're really meant to. I watch them all just because I like watching bowl games.
I love them.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd pay to travel to a lot of them, but I watch them.
Mm-hmm.
And Mr. Russell, while we're on the subject of football, I saw that for a very long time you were a football official. I think it was over 20-something years. You were.
I still am. I still am.
Okay, so talk to us how you got into that and how did you stay in it for so long?
Say it again. I didn't miss the first part.
How did you get into officiating football games and how did you stay in it for so long?
Yeah, it was very interesting. I saw an ad on TV a long time ago. Said, "You want to be a football official? Come to the Red Cross building Sunday night at 7:00." My wife was sitting next to me. Normally, she doesn't want me to do anything because I'm involved in too much, she says. And she said, "You'd be good at that. Why don't you go down to that meeting?" But she thought I'd be on Monday Night Football next year. She was thinking I'd be taking it. I was thinking I'd be doing Huntsville High games every Friday night, and I was going to those games anyway. So I was expecting to show up at Milton Frank at 6:55, call the game, and be home at 9:05. Had no idea what I was getting myself into, and I fell in love with it, took the test, and then I didn't get a game the first week, and I thought, well, man, that's the way it's going to be. I guess I'm going to have to, earn my stripes or whatever. And then the next day it was like Monday, 4:00, West Point, Alabama, Mark Russell named off. And I was like, you guys not work? And they said, no. And I was like, where's West Point? They said, over somewhere near Coleman. And I was like, what time do you have to leave? And they said, like 2:30, but I was already in love with it. So I never had the time to do it, but I always made time. And I love being with the kids. I love being with the bands. I just love the whole high school football pageantry. I really like it. And I had 2 daughters, and it just, the football worked out well for me, on Friday nights and during the week. And once you get kind of hooked on it, and it's hard to give it up. I'd be lost without it. And it was great training for city council and politics. If you can handle the football field, you can handle citizens yelling at you and getting all over you. And I've got really thick skin now.
Now, even that your wife suggested this to you, does she expect you to be in it for as long as you have been?
Yeah, she supports me on it. She knows I like it, and she recognizes it's good for the kids, and she knows we have such a shortage of officials right now.
Don't I know it?
Yeah, it would be a shame. I'm not sure I could live with myself if I quit now. Just knowing that what the outcome of one senior guy leaving means, or senior person, it really hurts the organization when we all have to, for different reasons, jobs or health or whatever it might be. But it does hurt. We need to get more younger people involved. So y'all don't be mean officials. That's what I keep telling people. It's when you get yelled at all the time, it just kind of gets like, why do I do this? Even me at my age, and I've been yelled at by the best. Some nights I come home and say, man, I'm not sure why I do this. I read the rule book, I take all the tests, and this guy's telling me I don't know what I'm doing when I exactly know what I'm doing,
Right.
And then our favorite is, you stole it from the kids, and I always want to go, but we gave it to the other kids,
I like that.
Right.
I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've heard that. It just kind of makes you feel bad. The last words you hear that night are, you stole it.
So, Mr. Russell, the A&M family, we see you on Twitter. You tweet when you're at the games. We saw you when you got your Nikes. So my question is pertaining to A&M has football wise. A&M has the big homecoming event every year, which I'm sure you're aware of, and I'm pretty sure you're also aware of the negotiations that have been going on with the Magic City Classic stand in Birmingham. So, as a Huntsville Sports Commission director, what do you do in regards to helping the university facilitate the things that go on at homecoming? And also, would the city be ready? Would we welcome everything that comes with the Magic City Classic if the city had a chance to host that here in Huntsville?
Complicated question, complicated answer. I serve on the Alabama A&M task force. We talk about those issues, and some of that information I can't share, but definitely from the Huntsville Sports Commission, we stand ready to help. We've been a longtime partner in the Lewis Cruise Classic. We want to increase tourism in Huntsville. We want A&M, like I said, A&M is a key part of my strategy to increase tourism. Y'all have got a great product. You've got a great location. A lot of great things about the game event. They're already there, and just with some help, I think we can do it. So, not running the show at all, we just stand ready to help. And I would be the last person to advise A&M on how to run the Magic City Classic. I've never been. It is so integral to people from Alabama State and Alabama A&M. I would never give an opinion on what I think, but I'm here to help. So if they could ask me like how much money you need, or what can we do, how do we get hotels, or whatever we do, that's something I would help with. But where the classic, what the success of the classic is, I don't know if it should be in Birmingham, if it should move around. I would hate to even make a guess, and I would never advise y'all on that.
Right.
No.
Well, so Mark, I got a couple of questions, and then got one from the group. So first off, I'll go to the one from the group first. CJ's been asking, a lot of people have been asking, because it's that time of year with high school basketball. Mr. Russell, age-old question. When is Huntsville getting a basketball regional? This is high school basketball regional.
I don't know when. I think the event center is primed to host it. I think with Dr. Bryant, they've already talked to Alabama High School Athletic Association. We talked with Coach Briggs and Mayor Battle. And I think there's some sense that we would do a good job. Huntsville would do a great job. And it would make sense in my opinion, from Alabama High School to have it straight up 65. It makes it easier for all the fans to get to Huntsville, Birmingham, Montgomery. I don't know if it's a Mobile. Yeah, wherever they all are. Maybe they still keep the one in Coleman. That wouldn't really, whatever ones they keep is up to them. But I think that makes some sense. I think A&M Event Center would be a wonderful facility and great venue for it. Now, as far as like tourism, it's not a huge tourism deal for like the sports commission. Not a lot of people spend the night at those tournaments. They tend to drive in, drive out. But it is prestigious for your city to host it. And we have such, in my mind, great basketball in Huntsville. I hate for our kids to have to leave to go play in the regional somewhere else. I would love for them to play here, all our schools, and have that home court advantage and have, I think it'd be a big boon for basketball, for our basketball. And so if it comes along, I think Dr. Bryant's interested in it. We certainly will help in whatever way we can. The money won't be as much because there's not as many hotel nights out of it, but we can try to help in other ways with sponsorship and certainly help run it. We're real familiar with running Alabama high school events.
Awesome.
So I hope that it's something I've talked to him about several times before Dr. Bryant came. I'd sent some proposals. Dr. Bryant's here now. He's kind of handling the effort on that.
It'd be awesome. Now, the other thing is, I know that we've got some other events like, last year you had SEC gymnastics. This year you're getting Conference USA men's basketball tournament.
Men's and women's.
Men's and women's, yes, down there at the Von Braun. So kind of talk a little bit about Conference USA tournament and just, the whole process that entailed how that came to Huntsville.
Sure, I'd love to. It's certainly a big event for Huntsville. We're excited about it. We had bid the Conference USA tournament 3 or 4 years ago and lost it to Frisco City, which is the Dallas Cowboys practice arena, really cool venue, but not great for basketball. So we lost it to them. We came in second. We thought we had a really good proposal. This time we blew it out of the water. We did a great job with the proposal. We've got a great sports tourism team with the Convention and Visitors Bureau, the VBC, downtown Huntsville, the city of Huntsville. One of our dreams, and certainly my dream, has been to have some kind of event downtown for like a whole week to see what happens downtown, bring all the people in, the fans. As far as I can remember, we've never had something like that, where the people are all downtown in different teams. So we're really got a big effort to activate downtown, to get, teams have bars and restaurants they go to. We've got barcode scans. They're going to be able to scan and go, Jacksonville State tonight is at this bar, and Western Kentucky's at this bar. So Conference USA was available. We submitted, proposal to their request for proposal and won it. That's really how we got that. We were really looking for any conference. Conference USA, though, is in our wheelhouse. Jacksonville State is 100 miles away. Middle Tennessee is really good. Mm-hmm. They're 100 miles away. Western Kentucky is traditionally good. They can drive down 65 to us. Kennesaw State's coming in next year. They got Pat Ways, their coach. They will probably be a good team. And then, some of the other teams, Liberty's obviously a good program, with a lot of fans. So it could be a really big event for Huntsville. We Middle Tennessee, the women's team is great. They beat the Lady Vols at the VBC in December. We were proud to host that. And I think it's going to be fun. I really think it's going to be a great event. I think if we do a good job with that and we get people in the seats that aren't from the teams, if my friends go, your friends go, people go watch some good basketball or pick a team and cheer for them, I think it's really going to help our resume with all kinds of different college events. People are going to take notice of Huntsville and start wanting to come here. We would love to host a SWAC event, something like that. We need them to work with us and come here. I would love to have SWAC soccer. I think it's in Grand Prairie View or, out in Louisiana, right? But if they could come here, we would do a great job with soccer.
Wow, that's some good stuff.
Especially with that new stadium over there, Joe Davis. That's a great location to do some SWAC soccer.
Yeah, we have great plans. We have the Loretta Spencer Soccer Complex right next door. We host Alabama High School Athletic Association Soccer Championship. We've got some college teams coming in the next month or so. Alabama and Tennessee are playing there on the grass fields there. Then we have 2 more turf fields and then a big stadium. So we could build up where you play on different fields to get to the stadium, maybe like the Final Fours in the stadium. And we think that'd
Right.
be kind of cool to have like a knockout round. You know, you play on the little field, just like at Wimbledon or something, but you're trying to get to center court.
Yeah.
And just make it fun. You know, have you ever made it to the stadium? I don't know what the slogan would be, but you know, play your way into the stadium or play your way into the job.
This is some awesome stuff, Mark, and you know, definitely all the things that you said about how you partner with A&M. This is great, and you know, we're looking forward to some greater days ahead. Just like to just say, great work, and also we just love the fact that, you know, A&M stays at the top of your brain or somewhere in your brain. You know, we just love it all, man. Love it all. So.
Well, now that you met me, I got to know, my office doesn't think I'm cool enough to wear my Nike high tops out. Can I wear them to the game? Will people make fun of me? Will I look okay?
You might be
wear
You might be one of several that'll have them on, man.
Yeah,
You'll be right at home.
Wear them. You cool enough.
You cool enough to wear them.
Okay. I wear the low tops. Nobody seems to mind those running shoes, but I'm been scared to wear the high tops.
Bring them out.
Well, this is the director of the Huntsville Sports Commission. This is Mark Russell, and doing great things. And we're so blessed that we had you on tonight. And we definitely will have to look to talk to you again in the future so we can get some more updates on the next wave of events. So best of luck on the current events you have, and we will talk to you soon.
All right. Thank y'all for having me.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. That's Mark Russell. Huntsville Sports Commission, man, doing big things. Yeah, Conference USA tournament, man. I saw that. I was like, okay, all right,
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah. Hey, Mark Russell, he's everywhere in Huntsville. Really doing a great job. You know, he supports all universities in Huntsville and also the high schools. And recently we just had Huntsville High School practicing at our event center because they're going to the Final Four in high school basketball. So those kind of partnerships is awesome. And I think, he stated that we don't, with high school events, regionals, not hotels. But to me, Huntsville is a destination now. And I think if we really got a regional, we'll change that narrative and people will be spending the night.
That's right. All right. So we're going to move on to the next part of our show. Our next guest this evening, she is the founder of the Women's Expo in Huntsville. She also knows Alabama A&M very well. Gives us great pleasure to speak with her tonight. And so with us, let's welcome none other than Tiffany Draper. Good evening, Tiffany. How are you? And we cannot hear you.
We can't hear you, Tiffany.
See if you take yourself. You're not on mute.
Not on mute.
Okay. So this is what you. So go ahead, my IT professionals.
All right,
you know what to do.
This is what we have to tell people to do. So make sure you're not on Bluetooth and it's hooked up to any other device in the room. And sometimes if it is, sometimes you have to take yourself out and then add yourself back in, and then it'll come on. So if you take yourself out, we'll be right here waiting on you. So just exit the screen and come back, and then we'll be right here. It happens to everybody.
Yep. We'll see you back here in a minute.
Not even a minute, hopefully 30 seconds.
Yeah, 30 seconds.
Right. But yeah, Mark Russell does a good job. One of the things that he talked about briefly when they had the SEC gymnastics here, that was a great event. When I was doing security at the BBC, I worked that event, and man, just to see how athletic those girls are in person, and they're like all of them like 5'2". It's amazing how athletic and how high they can jump, and like they're just real athletic beings. And it was a sold out crowd there too.
All right, Tiffany is back. Let's see if we got her now. Tiffany, go ahead.
I'm scared.
There you go.
We got you. I wasn't gonna play with you. I was just gonna sit here and be like, oh, we can't hear you. But no, we got you now. All right. So
hold on, Wayne. I don't think she can hear us.
Can you hear us? Now you can
hear us.
Now it went out.
We heard you when you first came in. Not now. We did it first. Maybe can you come off the iPod or the AirPods, or because we heard you at first.
Yeah, whatever you did when you first came in, we had you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm about to call you. I'm about to call your phone. So I'm about to put myself on. I'm about to step out. Wait, let me call her real quick.
Okay. All right. So
I see she got herself on mute.
Yep. Now you got yourself on mute.
Can you hear me?
Oh, now we can hear
Yeah,
you.
now we can hear you.
Okay.
This is crazy. I'm so sorry, y'all. It would be me.
It is okay. You are here. All right. Now, for some reason, the sound just went back off.
Did you put yourself back on mute?
No, it's not even on mute this time.
Okay.
No, we
I
can't
don't know
hear you
what
now.
you just did. What something you did? Something you did. Okay, let's try this again.
To disconnect your Bluetooth, your AirPods from your Bluetooth. Turn your Bluetooth off on your phone, and I had to just do it that way.
She told me y'all could hear her.
We did. We've heard her twice. Okay, so let's do this. Go. Yep, she went back off. All right.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to come off that Bluetooth. It's a gift and a curse.
All right.
Yeah, it is.
All right. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna come back to Tiffany. All right.
Okay.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pivot. All right, Tiffany, just stick with us. We're gonna pivot. All right. Okay. Are you sure? All right. I see her. Let's try her. Let's try her one more time. Talk for us.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't change a thing. Stay right with this.
Stay right there.
Okay. All right. Women's Expo Huntsville. Go.
All right. Thank y'all for having me tonight. Are we still here? Okay.
Yes, we are.
Yeah,
all right. I won't make any sudden moves, but thank you so much for the opportunity. I don't know what has been said because for a little bit y'all could hear me, I couldn't hear y'all, and I don't know if there was a formal introduction or what, but just tell me where to start.
Nope, you're doing it.
Just go. All right. So my name is Tiffany Draper. I am a native of Huntsville, Alabama, born and raised. Attended Alabama A&M University. Go Bulldogs. My son is currently a senior at A&M. He graduates in May. And he moves to Cincinnati this summer, which I'm very upset about. But hey, he gets a job, and A&M has done what they needed to do for him. So,
nice. Congratulations.
But thank you. But I am the founder of the Women's Expo Huntsville. We are in our 4th year. I am so excited to continue to bring this free community event to the city of Huntsville. It is hosted annually at the Bon Bron Civic Center. We have grown from my small venue at Studio 53 on Maston Lake Road from having maybe 75 people to attend an event with 20 vendors to now over 150 vendors to 3,000 people in attendance. And so this thing has just kind of taken its own just shape and form, and I'm just kind of following behind it, is this what we're doing? And so it is a 3-day weekend now, which was once a 1-day event. It is March 22nd through the 24th, and it's just kind of filled with just so many different things. So
nice. Well, first of all, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Can I ask, what was your inspiration in starting the Women's Expo?
I appreciate that because nobody ever seems to ask me that. They just ask me, who's going to be there? So, so really what happened was, and it's important, in 2018, I had visited some family in Detroit, Michigan. And when I came back, I was pretty ill and ended up on life support for about 3 days due to respiratory failure. And so, and it gets a little spiritual. Just stick with me. I won't preach, but just know that, when I gave God my yes, that yes involved me doing different things in my community. And so, I'm a little shy. I know you can't really tell because, it seems like I speak really well, and sometimes I do and sometimes I don't, but I am not one of those people who wants to be in front of people a lot of times, but God was like, nope, you're going to do the very thing that you don't want to do, and you're going to bring women together. And I was like, yeah, no, get somebody else to do it. And so it just wouldn't go away. It went from me owning my own venue to seeing some things and seeing how I just really wanted to bring women together. And God was like, oh, that's it. You know, you're going to do this. And I'm like, all right. So what was supposed to have been a one-time event, here we are 4 years later doing this on a much larger scale. So when I gave God my yes, that opened up the doors and opportunities to so many other things. And that has actually afforded me to leave my full-time job at the city of Huntsville. I retired last June at 40. And it was scary because, you know, sometimes you just have to kind of walk out on faith and just kind of see where that thing goes. And I tell you what, it's been 10 months or 11 or 9 months, and I haven't missed a meal. I still get to, you know, purchase A&M t-shirts and put my son through school, and, you know, things are going well. So
Wow.
here we are.
That is a testimony. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Absolutely. So Tiffany, I wanted to ask, I went to your Facebook page and the website for the Women's Expo, and I see all the nice graphics and everything you have, and you have some, it's just like an event that everybody's really looking forward to, but I wanted to ask about the host because he is a very good friend of our show, Dre the Drummer or Dre Labordi. So can you tell us how you got in, how you guys connected for him to be the host of your expo?
Yeah, so I know Dre just from being around town. Just kind of like I know Tenarius, and I don't even know if I'm supposed to get into that. You tell me what to say and what not to, because you know.
Hey, say whatever you don't say, I was gonna say it anyway. So
Okay. So because I own the event center Studio 53, in addition to the Women's Expo, I meet just people who do different things in the city. So I met him and he was hosting, and I saw him around town just hosting like R&B live and all these different things. And I was like, you know what? You have a really great voice. Like you get the crowd like riled up and everybody's excited to hear from you. And Dre's just a really nice guy. He actually hosted last year as well, co-hosted. And so it was a no-brainer to bring him back. Kind of how I know Tenarius. Tenarius did some security for me at the studio, you know, made everybody really scared of him because he has all these big muscles and stuff. And so he never really had to do anything but just kind of stand there. And so yeah. Just, you know, I know people. I feel like I'm a pretty nice person, really easy to get along with. I don't really like to cause problems or drama, and I just kind of stay to myself. But when good people come by, when he afforded me the opportunity to come on with you guys tonight, it's a blessing to me, and I'm honored to be here. So thank you.
gotcha. So I don't really have any questions. I just want to, you know, Tiffany opened up, like she said, she opened up Studio 53 on Maston Lake. Back, it was like after the pandemic. So we have a mutual friend. He reached out to me like, hey, I know somebody that needs security for this specific date. And the first time I did a security for Tiffany was also the actual first time we actually started business with Rocket City Security Services. So I was double booked on the first night, which was very exciting. Had to be in two places at once. But I've seen Studio 53 grow from where it was then to now. Like it's a very nice venue, and it's on the north side of Huntsville. So that I've seen her expand. Like she said, she was at that one night for the Women's Expo at her place. Then it has kept growing and growing and growing. So very proud and happy for you for that. You know, and again, she was working. Like everything she said, she was doing both of them. She was working, and then she left her a full-time job with the city of Huntsville and took a chance. So she's doing a very great job with that. So, but my question is, what other than the Women's Expo, which I know we're here to talk about, just talk to people about Studio 53. What all events that you do there, and how can they get in contact with you to book anything you have going? She's always booked, by the way, too, so you have to do it way ahead of time.
I feel like I owe you something for that. So just holler at me. But Studio 53 has been a blessing to me because for me it's more of a ministry. It's more of a way for me to be able to tell people what my testimony is, to, you know, be able to walk in my purpose, I feel, and to be able to share in other people and their excitement, like if they're having a baby or if they're getting married, or, there's a guy who wants to propose. And, Tenarius has been there when we've seen weddings. We've seen, sweet 16s and 21st birthday parties and stuff like that. So it's always good when you can be a part of different events and stuff to celebrate milestones in people's lives and stuff. And so my goal is to, one, provide a nice venue, something elegant, something to where it's not like, just kind of like a hole in the wall, which I know we love those too. But this one is on the north side of Huntsville, right? And the north side of Huntsville is not expected to have anything nice, right? But for me, being born and raised in Huntsville, on the north side of Huntsville, or the north with an F, I want to, make sure to put my money and circulate the dollar back on that side of town, right? Because I feel like these are the very people who are supporting me. Now, mind you, most of my supporters are people who attend Alabama A&M. I get some state people that come through every now and then.
We'll take their money too.
Take their money, man.
Listen,
Their money green too.
It spins,
Charles,
and so I do. Don't tell them that. But it's just always good to see us spend money with each other and respect each other. And so Studio 53, we are always booked. Thank you, Jesus. Sometimes we aren't. We have our slow months like January, February, and that's tough. But most of the time we get our busiest months are from A&M, graduations, December and May. We get some people who do some stuff for homecoming and stuff like that. But for the most part, God, I love North. I'm sorry.
Right.
I'm trying not to look at the comments. But yeah, just reach out to me on Facebook. We do have a website. They got me all messed up.
But I also want to add to not taking any shine away from Tiffany. I know she doesn't mind.
No, I
Tiffany's
don't.
at Studio 53. Her neighbor tenant Stephanie Kirkland, she owns Humanity Studios, where a lot of people go do sipping paints and things like that.
Yes.
And then tell me, there's another shop. She does hair and does custom wigs, and all of those are
Pearls
women.
of Luxury.
Yeah, they have that complex on lock right there. Anytime you go over there in that complex, it's nothing but black women that are associated to some degree with Alabama A&M. And that's just everybody's over there is very professional, and I've assisted all of those in some regard, like doing some security stuff. And I really do appreciate you and you guys for always reaching out to me when you need some help.
Yes, we appreciate you. Thank you.
So y'all heard Tiffany Draper. You heard Studio 53. You heard the Women's Expo. All right. You've heard all of these different things. Get out and support, y'all.
Support.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Tiffany, last but not least, drop the date. Women's Expo.
Right. So I want to tell you that on Friday night, March 22nd at the Embassy Suites downtown Huntsville. It is a free welcome mixer. We have people coming in here from Texas, from Detroit. The Salt and Pepper Gang is coming, by the way, from Houston, Texas. And they're a group of gray beard guys who wear these suits, and all the women are going crazy over them or whatever. But look. But they're coming in to celebrate with us and, help me bring these women out. But Friday is a free event. You're more than welcome to come. We'll have a cash bar. We have a live band. I actually marched in the band at A&M. And so it is the Cool Bone New Orleans style jazz band. They're coming on Friday night to perform. And so y'all, it's going to be, I'm telling you, this weekend, I'm already tired and it's a month out. And then Saturday morning from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., we have free business classes on financial literacy, estate planning, how to create a better workforce for women, the imposter syndrome, and how to find your purpose. These are all free business classes that I have invited people to teach. Also, we have bands and DJs and over 145 vendors who will be in the building from 10 to 4. Saturday night, Now, the expo is free that day. Saturday night is the ladies' night out event where we will get back with the Salt and Pepper gang, and we'll have like a party, and you dress up, and it'll be fun, and it'll be some more cash bar stuff like that too. But on Sunday morning is our Lemonade Gospel Brunch back over at the Embassy Suites, and that is a ticketed event as well. So yes, March 22nd through the 24th, I will see y'all downtown.
Y'all heard the lady. March 22nd through the 24th is going down real big in the city of Huntsville. Tiffany Draper, Women's Expo, Studio 53. You know where to find her. Follow her, find her on social media, and drop some cash, and more cash.
Please.
Support us. Support us. If
Yes.
you visit the website for Studio 53, it's a beautiful facility. So,
Thank
when
you.
you're having an event, think of her.
Hey,
Thank you
Demetria
so
already
much.
said she already planning for you. I think I know where I'm gonna have my graduation party from A&M in 2025.
Thank you,
You bet-
Demetria.
Dimitri, you better book now.
Now.
I'm serious.
Yeah.
Like I'm serious. Yeah, like y'all think I'm playing, man. She really
You
be
better
booked
book
like
that thing now, boy.
Because I'm looking at this package and I'm just like, wait a minute, I wish I lived up there because that's a nice package. That's a lot
Yeah.
that comes with that package.
Hey,
Yeah,
look
we
here,
literally
man.
do everything. We take all the guesswork out of it. We can plan it from start to finish for you. So,
Hey, look here, man. You
Nice.
had something during homecoming. A little crew. We gonna have to come on and slide as a group
Holla at
on
me.
through there.
holla
Hey,
at
we in
me.
there. We in there.
Show. So Tiffany Draper, this is such a
Thanks,
great
y'all.
time. Glad that we got everything together. We know we had technical difficulties, but it ended just fine. You
Yep.
were great. Thank you for
Thanks, y'all.
everything that you do, and you're also representing A&M to the fullest. Best luck, best of wishes in everything that you do and all the events ahead. And we definitely will look to see and hear more about it as the days progress. Tiffany
I
Draper,
appreciate
thank
it.
you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank
All
you.
Bye-bye.
right. That's awesome stuff, y'all.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah, it
And
was. Okay.
One thing about it, I just love to see, people just really just go into business for themselves and thrive. Like that is awesome.
That's what's up. All right. We got one more segment tonight. All right. He is the quarterback coach of Alabama A&M. You see this gentleman pretty close to Coach Connell Maynard, roaming the sidelines, racking up the steps, doing signals, doing everything he can do. Spring football is right around the corner, and football is always the off season is never really an off season anymore. So, ladies and gentlemen, we just like to welcome on our show for the very first time quarterback coach Jason Mai. What's up, Jason? How you doing, brother?
I'm really hoping my microphone's working.
Your microphone is working
It is.
well, my brother. It's in
I felt
full
really
effect.
bad for I felt really bad for her. I was just like, oh, that's bad. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's working, man. It's working. So, look, man, it's a lot to discuss. So, I'm just gonna start off by just asking you, as you guys transitioned out of last season, we know A&M finished with a record of 5-6. We know that there was a lot of attrition throughout the season. There was a lot of turnover at quarterback. A lot of things happened. Now turning the page here into the offseason, heading towards the spring. Where do things stand right now in terms of A&M on the offensive side of the football? I know we just had signing day and there's been some transfers, but where do we sit on the offensive side of the ball according to Jason Mai?
Well, okay, so right off the bat, let's shrink it down first to quarterbacks. We were very fortunate this offseason. It started out kind of rough because one of our quarterbacks got into the portal, and happy for him to go ahead and move on and do what he needed to do. But after that, we were able to sign a pretty dynamic guy out of Miami of Ohio, Avion Smith. Immediately after we got that commitment, we found out that we were going to get back Cornelius Brown, who had surgery right at the beginning of last year, and that he was gonna go ahead and come back and come out of the portal, which was great. So, and then of course we signed a true freshman with the class out of Georgia, a really big true freshman with the class out of Georgia, and then we've still got Xavier Langford here on campus, and X has been doing it for 4 years now with us. And then Ashley Tucker is back again. And so he was out last year after having labrum surgery. And so getting him back was fantastic. So we feel real good at that position. We were really fortunate to add DJ Nelson in the tight end room. He's an all-conference player from Tennessee Martin. Him coming in, that's going to help out a lot. Defenses really don't like to have to deal with the tight end that's dynamic. So that definitely is going to help the offense. Adding Duke Miller, Miles Parker, and then we signed 3 more freshman wide receivers. That room is going to look a lot different coming out this year as well. So we feel really good about, our skill players. And then the offensive line, we're bringing back a center that I'm pretty sure Cam is going to set the record for starts at Alabama A&M this season. So, we've got some solid experience on the offensive line. Carson Vinson's back. He's an all-conference player and arguably a Sunday football player. So, really excited about having him back. So, we feel good offensively.
Okay. Hey, Coach Meyer, spring training starts on March 1st. What are some of the goals going into spring training, not only for the team, but also on the offensive side of the ball?
Well, it's a chance to get some experience with some of the mid-year transfer guys, get them some reps in the offense, obviously get them acclimated to the system. It's also, for a younger guy who might not have been able to take as many reps last season because we're in game mode, to get some reps and kind of push him and see what he can do for you. So that's obviously your immediate goals. The biggest thing is to come out of spring ball healthy and with gaining some experience that you didn't have going in.
Definitely.
Coach Mai, I have a question. So you played football at Southwest Minnesota State.
Mm-hmm.
Could you tell us the difference in playing ball in Minnesota and now coaching ball in Alabama?
Besides the weather.
Right.
Because I was going to say, it's the first time I've ever practiced. Did I lose you guys?
You're freezing up.
Yeah, you're freezing up.
All right, there it is.
There you go.
Start over.
Yeah. No, Lee said that was going to be my answer because that's the first time I ever practiced in the snow in October. That being said, I think the biggest difference is there's nothing like football down south. I don't, there. Yeah, it's going to freeze up. You guys got me?
Yeah, we got you now.
We have you now.
Okay. No, there's not football in the South. There's just nothing like it. So it's just a totally different environment. People are way more, you love it down here.
Man, it seems like we've been in the twilight zone tonight.
Yeah, we're in the twilight zone today.
Now it's working. Keep going. Keep going. You're perfect now.
Yeah, keep going.
Keep going.
Okay.
Football in the South is snowed in October. Go.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So there's nothing like the excitement around college football down here in the South is it's unmatched. And then the recruiting down here is just different. You've got a pool of guys that are right in your backyard. So it's a lot different than, coming in from way out of town to move up north like that. So not to say that it wasn't a great experience up there, it was, but like I said, there's just nothing like playing down here.
Coach, I wanted to ask you about recruiting for A&M. So the past couple of years, we hit the portal pretty hard, but this year it seemed like we signed a good mix of portal guys and high school guys. So was that the staff's intent to try to get a good balance of guys, or did it just play out that way from all the players you guys recruited?
Well, I think our intent is always just to get the best player that for the program. What happened this year that was a little bit different in the last 2 years is that we had a pretty solid class of younger guys, and then some of those transfers that are aging up. So there wasn't some immediate needs. There were some situations where we could go out and maybe get a younger guy and develop them, as opposed to trying to have to come and plug and play somebody. That being said, there were some, with the portal and the way it has changed college football recruiting, you're getting a chance at some guys that you normally.
Uh-oh. They did it again.
Yeah.
That's what we got with some of our high school guys this year. I mean, there were a couple of them that were. Did it get me again?
Yeah, now you're going.
Now you're good.
Okay. So yeah, it's a combination of things. Like I said, there wasn't as much of a pressing need for us to go get older guys. We could get some younger guys in some spots. The other part to it is with the way that the portal has changed college football now, there is an opportunity for FCS schools and G5 schools to grab some guys that they might not necessarily have had an opportunity to grab in the past, because of the Power 5 and the upper level schools grabbing transfers. And so it's eating up spots on their roster, and it's giving us a chance to get after some of the high school guys that we might not have been able to get before. So I think that happened with a couple of our guys this year. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to go really fast so I can get it in before I cut off.
Couple of questions I have for you. So one thing that I want to know is like a lot of Coach Maynard's guys have been around Coach Maynard for quite some time. So tell us how that worked with obviously you guys are, you're very close knit. So tell us how that works. And when I'm at a football game, I pay attention to everything. I'm pretty sure like a lot of people do pay attention to the calls that are made and everything. But every time you call, you do a hand clap. Tell us where the hand clap comes from. Like every call you make, you always end with the hand clap every time. So is that, if it's part of the call, I don't want you to tell us, but is that a habit thing, or it is something you just picked up over time?
The hand clap, I'm not sure that can you hear me?
Yeah, we can
hear you.
So starting with the hand.
I was good. You didn't want him to talk about that.
See, that's a sign he wasn't supposed to talk about that hand clap.
Clearly doesn't need to be talked about.
Well, we talk about the hand clap.
It has some other connotations to it. You know what I mean?
Right.
The second, the first question about working with Coach Maynard for so long, it's like family, and so it's one of those things where it's extremely comfortable, and family takes care of family. So when things move along and other opportunities come knocking, it's hard to walk away when the person that you're working for now and the place that you're working at is just such a great place. You know what I mean? And you have such a great relationship with that family that, it's going to take a lot to get you out the door. You know what I mean? So that's kind of how that worked out. The clap thing, like I said, that may or not mean anything. It's just something I do.
Hey, you know what? We're gonna not talk about the hand clap again because every
Because
time
it
you
started
say
messing
it,
up again.
it starts messing up. That's a
because you ain't
sign.
supposed to talk
That's
about
a,
it.
Yeah,
you
that's
supposed to-
something. That clap
I
means something.
apologize. I apologize to Coach Maynard and staff for asking that question because clearly it didn't need to be asked.
Hey, look, I'll pivot to this and we'll get you out of here on these last two things. All right. So I know we spend so much time talking about the game itself. All right. First off, what is Jason Mai? What does he do to get away from football? Who are you off the field?
Ooh. Well, I'll start with I'm a nerd. Let's go with that one. So, you know, I like Star Wars. I like computers and stuff like that. So I guess that's what I do. I'm also, I'm a father. I have my daughter's actually turned 19 today. Happy birthday, Camden. I did that.
Happy
Happy birthday.
Happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday.
And then my son is he's 11, getting ready to turn 12. So I spend a lot of time with them, and that's kind of eats up most of my time.
Okay.
I just got to shout out your son because his energy on game day, it just really it goes toward the team, the fans. We really love him.
Yeah,
He's always
In
on
the
the sideline.
Locker room.
Right.
Yes.
he'd be really into it though.
Yeah.
He'd be really
Oh,
into
yeah.
it.
Yeah. So I'll get you out of here on this one. All right. Last but not least, we talk about players, and Dave likes to ask this question. In fact, Dave, you take the final question. You ask the question that you always ask the athletes. Ask it to this coach.
All right, Coach Mai. The question that I always bring to the athletes: what is your ritual or your go-to on game day to get you locked in? You got music. You in the corner. You had a young lady on here talking about prune juice. You might have something like that. I don't know, but tell us what you do to get ready for game day.
There's a couple of playlists that I have that run throughout game day. I have one for the morning when I get up. I have one for the ride to the stadium. And to me, that's my lock-in time. You get on the bus and you're riding into the stadium. There's just some music that I listen to while we're doing that. Get there, do a quick walk, just to kind of make, get the lay of the land real quick. And then after that, it's lights on. So it's really music. Pre-game when we go out, when I go out with the guys, when the quarterbacks and offensive line go out, or quarterbacks and centers go out and take snaps at the beginning, we have a ritual that we go through, and towards the end of that, we get together as a group, just the quarterbacks, and we have a quick talk, and it's usually the exact same talk every game. And after that, it's time to go. So, that's kind of been my thing for, I don't know, almost 20 years now. So.
Yeah, that's awesome. And my boy, he wants to specifically know, what is your pregame music that you're listening to?
You know what? Okay, so the playlist starts with Jeezy, if we're gonna be honest.
Okay, let's go. Let's go.
Which Jeezy is it?
Jeezy.
Is it Trap or Die? Like, which one is it? I said, which Jeezy song is it?
Me okay?
Oh, see, I can rock with Coach Mine.
Okay.
So it starts with that.
Uh-oh.
Oh, it must be top secret information again. So we heard that it starts with Jeezy. Then we heard the song, but we didn't hear anything after that.
Oh, so after that, it jumps to, I've got some Phil Collins on there, In the Air Tonight, obviously.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah. Then
Phil Collins.
it goes from Jeezy to some other stuff, to that, to Tool, Chevelle, things like that. So I mean, it's all over the place. It's funny because sometimes I wonder if you were to see me during pregame nodding and whatnot along, if people think I'm nodding along to the music in the stadium and just completely offbeat. It's not. It's just like I got my headphones in, I'm listening to something different. So, but yeah, that's kind of been the thing for a long time now. So
That's
Nice.
what's up, man. That's what's up. So, man, I know you guys, you got a lot of things coming up. We got spring practice getting ready to start, as I said, March the 1st, spring game, April the 6th. Jason, man, we know that, the outlook is very, very strong for this year. We're looking for this year to be a year of redemption, but we know there's going to be a lot more that has to be decided long before we even get to that opener on August 31st. So we'd like to thank you for coming on the show, and just thank you for everything that you do for Alabama A&M football and just how you represent it well. So God bless. Happy
Wayne,
birthday to Camden again. Go ahead, Corey.
Before you let Coach Mike go, I want to know. He's mentored a lot of great quarterbacks. Akil Glass, with some Salem State. Who's the best? What's the best quarterback you mentored and coached? And what do you look for for a quarterback?
Well, from a production standpoint, Aquil's going to have it because statistically he's just got more than anybody I've ever had along the way. That being said, I mean, Phillip Sims, we had him at Winston. He was another level of quarterback.
Yeah.
Rudy Johnson was there. He was incredibly athletic. DJ, when I was at Little St. Aug, I mean, he was extremely talented. So I've been very fortunate to work with some really good quarterbacks along the way. So yeah, I mean, even now, after Aquil, Quincy and Xavier, loved them to death. They worked their butts off for us, and Quad and AV are really good. So it's going to be it's been a great ride.
Nice.
Awesome.
Hey, another question. Dr. Bryant just texted me about it. He said to be sure that we ask you and talk about your Oculus training. What's going on with that? Talk about that.
Oh, nice.
So, okay. Yeah, we use, it's called Reps. It's a virtual reality simulation. Well, it's not really a simulation. What it is if you were ever come to practice, you would see we have GoPros on the quarterback's helmets. They're 360-degree view cameras.
360-degree view cameras.
Record individual reps.
Mm-hmm.
And then what that does, it gives us the ability to contain.
They like to start over.
So Jason, Coach Miles, you got to start that with Nova because the last thing we heard was 360 view cameras and it started doing the robot.
Yep, I got that. Okay. So the 360 view cameras, they record individual plays, and so we can go back after practice and watch the plays again in an Oculus as if you're inside the play, as if you're running the play again. So it gives us the opportunity for injured guys to run through practice and take the same reps that the guy that's out there taking them. I know back when I was playing, I had a coach teach me that, you learn vicariously when you're not in. Well, this is taking that to a whole new level. You're literally getting the rep again inside of virtual reality. And then the other side to it is it enables us to create training tapes. So they can go back later on and run the plays again over and over and over. And again, it just gives you those mental reps, but you're doing it in that virtual reality environment. So It's really awesome. Actually, Dr. Bryant has been outstanding. He's been great to work with. Anytime we come in there with something that we feel like is just going to take this to another level, he's all for it. So, you got to love that about him.
That's what's up. And so big things on the horizon. And we got to have you back on the show. But next time we have you back on the show, let's make sure that we hear you clearly the whole time.
Yeah, we'll have to hardline some internet or something. We'll make it work, though.
Right.
All right. That's Jason Meyer, quarterback coach. Best of luck, sir. We will be seeing you and talking to you.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you guys. Take care.
Thank you, Coach.
That's Jason Meyer.
That was some good information. I'm so excited about this upcoming season.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, like I said, man, it's a long road until a lot has to be done until we get to August 31st. You know, he just named that's a full quarterback room that they have. And you know that quarterback room, it's gonna be really, really competitive.
Hey, competition breeds competition. So
yes, it does.
We're gonna be there to support them and get back and hopefully win in the championship.
Yeah, I was just about to say that, man. Like, it's just realistic. You know, there's gonna be roster changes from now until August. I mean, this is what it is. As Bulldog Nation, we just gotta support who's, everybody always wants to know who the quarterback is. But as Bulldog Nation, we gotta support whoever's playing whatever position and get behind them and trust that the people that the coaches are making the best decisions and know what they're doing. Because I mean, just being honest, we think we know football, but if we knew it good enough, we wouldn't be in the stands. We'll be on somebody's sideline doing it instead of
pretty much on that.
Yeah, let me interject. You know, we saw that this weekend with the whole Cam Newton situation. You think you know?
Yeah.
Exactly. Hey, Cam had one like this and had one like
yeah.
Cam was acting like he was still playing quarterback.
Listen,
man,
Cam was playing him
I don't know what they thought they was gonna do with that dude.
This dude, like somebody put it was a meme. It was a meme or something, but like Cam Newton used to that. He had the Carolina Panthers offensive line for years. He taking on defensive linemen. You know, he could take on people that have like 8 inches shorter than him.
Swinging that dude like a rag doll.
Yeah, man, that was some crazy stuff, man. But you know, I know we talk a lot about football, obviously, and you know, things in the SWAC tend to go a little bit quiet when football season ends. But just as we had previously stated at the top of the show, we talked about basketball and how it is so vital that we close this last 3 games at home.
Yes.
In a great way. If I may, I will bring back up. Yes, we want to make sure you do this, which is we run it back and make sure you do your voting. And also remember Najee coming up on Friday night. But here's where it's at. Just want to bring this up one more time as we head up to Saturday. Our men, we own the tiebreaker over Pine Bluff. And we lost the first game down in Mobile against Alabama State. It is very vital that we win this game this week. Let's forget about Grambling and Southern for a moment coming in the final weekend. This is about Saturday afternoon, March the 2nd, taking care of business at home. It's going to be a sellout crowd. It's going to be loud. It's going to be lively.
It's going to be rowdy, man. It's going to be what we asked for.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And it is so important that we get this win.
Wayne, this game is really a must win. It's a must win, even though we got the tiebreaker against Pine Bluff. Pine Bluff still got Valley on their schedule. So this is a must win game for the Bulldogs if we want to be in Birmingham, to have a chance to be in Birmingham. Point blank, period.
That's it.
And not only do we want to be in Birmingham, we want to lock out Alabama State. Like, it's just win-win.
Yep.
Hey, and also, you know, just think about the other side. Like, you know, this game is, like Wayne said, like we see if you look at the tickets, almost the general admission stuff. Well, I'm sorry, the reserve seats are almost sold out. So be patient. Be patient with everybody, because you know what? It'll be the first time that the event center has had this many people at once.
Yeah,
it'll be man. It'll be the first time. Well, other than graduation, it'll be the first time that that you've seen that many cars parking. So just be patient. Don't get in the group on Sunday complaining, talking about this and that.
Like, come on, man. Say it again. Say it again.
Tell them get there early.
Yeah, it's get there early. The game starts at 2. I talked to AD Howard earlier, and he said expecting to sell out. You know, the game starts at 2. Doors open at 12. They opening at 12. Get there. You know, I mean, Spend your Saturday on the hill. What else you got to do other than support our team, man? Like I said, the thing about just be patient with the process, be patient with the lines, be patient with getting out of there. Me and Corey, we go to the games all the time. You have to be patient even on a regular game when it's not packed because the students are walking back to their dorm room. They have to do all that stuff, like so you don't want to get in a situation where you're not paying attention and you know, God forbid, hit somebody. Like be patient, pay attention, and just let it work out. And we always say we want sold out crowds. Guess what happened with sold out crowds? You have sold out problems. So we gotta just be patient with folks, man. You know, this is something that we need to do. And Dr. Martin said the general admission seats are limited as well. You can't see that online because it's general admission. You don't pick a seat, but he said the game will sell out. And I think what's the capacity when we sell out?
6,000 is capacity.
6,000. Yeah, 6,000. That's 6,000 people in the arena. It's gonna be loud, man. We hadn't had that in a long time. At Elmore,
to the players
at the VBC, you know, we hit the basket. That's gonna mean a lot to these players, man. Some of these players, that's the biggest crowd that they're gonna ever see, you know, for a while or for and they ever seen in college. Period.
And tell them, let's get it rowdy and not bougie. Rowdy.
Yeah, let's get it rowdy. That's one thing I can say about the basketball game, man. This is dog pound. They sit behind the goal next to the visiting team. And they're so rowdy they even get the bench in their feelings because they saying all types of stuff, which is you probably wouldn't say around your mama, but I like it. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to get those people in their feelings to distract them, man. So shout out to the dog pound, man. They do that thing every game. Shout out to Brandon, the PA announcer. You know, Dre's gonna be there. Dre the Voice. He did change his name to Dre the Voice. It's not Dre the Drummer anymore. So Dre the Voice will be there. Of course, you got the marketing for athletics, so you know they're doing their thing. You got to cut the line. Folks will be there. Corey will be there in his premium courtside seats. You know.
You had to throw that in there.
Hey, they make me sit behind. They make me sit behind Corey, bring him his popcorn.
Hey, that head be shining on TV too, boy. That light be hitting that ball head at the right angle. That thing be glistening.
I have to stand up. They're like, hey, go make sure Corey don't need any popcorn. I'm like, you good, dog? I got you.
Okay.
Look at CJ. CJ said, money.
Hey. Well, I was gonna let it pass, but you know, Tiffany Draper was saying, you know, you are all big and strong and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
See,
blowing your head up.
See, I know. I needed that. Now I go work out again in the morning. I've been doing good the last 3 or 4 days, so I'll keep it coming.
Hey, man. Hey, all the good vibes, man, going up tonight. But you know, one thing that I'll just say about Saturday, man, just embrace the moment, embrace the atmosphere, man. This is what college athletics and college experience is all about. Even as grown adults, past being in college, it's still an opportunity to embrace the true college environment.
Right.
You know, loud, sold out crowds. Lots of energy.
Have fun,
but nothing like it.
Have fun, but no violence. Come on, we got it. We can have fun without any violence.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely, man. So, you know, man, this was great tonight. Really enjoyed just having Mark Russell on. Mark Russell, you know, the director of the Huntsville Sports Commission, talking about, you know, the initiatives and some of the projects, and also some of the possibilities that we can have going ahead. And then we had Miss Tiffany Draper, who was excellent, talking about the Women's Expo and also talking about Studio 53, man. Big things going on there. Also, you know, we also had on our quarterback coach, Jason Mai, as he talks about things in the offseason and also a little bit about himself and his process. Shout out to everybody who joined us tonight. Watched us in the audience as you normally do. You know, make sure that you hit that like button, also share, and also make sure that you subscribe and follow us on everything social media. We will have a show next week as we turn the calendar into the month of March, if you can believe that. Month of March, man, how things have flown by already. But I just want to just say thank you to everybody who watches us every single week, those who come with their comments, those who come with all their support. This podcast is approaching 100 shows, which is crazy. Yeah,
wow,
we're
really?
getting close to 100 shows.
Wow.
So, we've had a lot going on.
My bad. I was talking to my mic was on mute. I said we sure are about to hit 100. Yeah, we sure have about to hit 100. Didn't even realize it.
Yep, we're getting close, man. We're getting real close.
It was so bootleg. If you look at what we got now, based on the very first show, you don't think Ray Charles and Stevie Wonder was in charge of that one.
Bruh, our first show would look like a Zoom call. Like we just sitting there at work doing Zoom and we just talking. We didn't know how to do any graphics. Nope. We didn't know how to do anything.
Right. We just there.
You know what I'm saying? And now you look at where we are. We've had several guests that have come on. We've heard several stories. And we've had a chance to put A&M on the block or on the map, man. We've had a chance to connect with other SWAC schools. Yep. People that didn't even go to A&M watch our show, man, regularly, which we appreciate.
Shout out to Chuck, man. Chuck from what does he tell us every week? Chuck from Monroe, Louisiana.
Yeah,
Chuck,
Good evening, Chuck from Louisiana.
He gonna watch every week. He go, shout out to Chuck, man. Chuck watches every week, and he hit us with that. If I'm on a show or watch a show and I don't see that, I'm hitting Chuck on Facebook and be like, "Where you were, brother? I didn't see that."
Hey, it's me, Brand, and Demetria, my boy CJ, OJ. We had a lot of people, man, that watch us on a regular, man. It's been great.
We appreciate it. We appreciate it.
Right.
And guess what, man? We still got more room to grow. We're gonna continue to grow.
And,
we gotta make
sure. CJ gonna let us know he's from North Huntsville too. Shout out to
the North, not North, the North.
Right.
North.
Yeah, but like I said, man, we're getting close to 100 shows, and we're gonna continue to keep on rolling. So next week we'll have another show. This week, like we said, energy, and more energy.
Maroon and white.
Maroon and white, and let's beat Alabama State. Shout out to all of our other teams. Baseball got their first victory of the season today. All right, they knocked off Stillman. All right, so they're on the board. Shout out to our softball team as they lead up to their home opener. Their home opener will be March the 8th. So next week we'll be able to talk to you about their home opening series, which will take place against Florida A&M. Also, we'll talk a little bit more about SWAC tournament because speaking prophetically, we're going to be in that thing. All right. Prophetically, we're going to be in that thing. Shout out to our athletic director, Dr. Paul A. Bryant, for watching us and giving us some side information. Shout out to AD Brian Howard, Abby, Ruben, all the folks, all the good folks. The whole crew. Crystal. Can't forget about Crystal.
Yes.
Shout out.
You can't forget a name now, so you got to name all of them. Corey, are you missing anybody?
The whole athletic administration, mental health.
Yes.
All of them, because she's there supporting the team always, and always coming speaking to all the supporters in the back room. So we just appreciate the whole athletic administration staff. So for all their hard work. Because
since we named a few names, I'm looking up it now. We can't leave without naming everybody now. So we said Ruben, Dr. Slade, Roger Smothers too. He's the assistant athletic director for ticketing. We got Brian Howard. We got Jesse. She's director of sports medicine. Georgia Harrison, business and finance. Dr. Jeremy Cheeks, faculty athletic representative. Kayla Simpson. We got Abby. We got Hillary Conrad. Jamie Townsend Baker. Cameron Alexander. Crystal Williams. Maya Robinson. We got some new names on here too. Jakeem Perry. Interim interim director of athletics. I mean, Dexter Williams, can't forget Dexter. Dexter's been around the hill for a long time. He's the operations manager. We got an athletic trainer, Andrew Davis, for baseball and football. I mean, that's it. We got strength and conditioning. Shout out to DT, Dietrich Barty, Seth Morris, man. We just want to name all the staff, man. We appreciate all of you guys. Like me and Corey, you know, we're local here, and Damien too. They make it easy for us to, you know, to move around, whether it's football or basketball, or get in contact with anybody in the athletic department. So we definitely appreciate all that stuff and help that you guys assist us with.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. We do a lot of stuff, and every once in a while, you know, we have to take this time to say thank you, because a lot of what we do is made possible by those of you who we just named.
Right.
And so, yeah, big things. So next week we'll have a show. Jay the Great, T Gooden, Corey Williams, Just Dave, David Thomas. I'm your man, Wild Wayne Cartwright. Thank y'all. And we will see you next week. God bless you. Good night. All that good stuff.